Want to know the real reason most poker players never reach their full potential? It's not just bad luck, poor strategy, or even the rake. It's emotion. That's right. Fear, frustration, excitement, even overconfidence. These feelings shape every decision we make at the table. And if you're not aware of them, they'll silently drain your bankroll. But here's the twist. Emotions aren't just obstacles to overcome. They can actually be powerful tools if you know how to use them. In this video, we're going deep into how emotion truly works in poker, why tilt control isn't enough, and how the best players turn emotions into a strategic weapon. If you're serious about mastering poker psychology, hit that subscribe button right now, drop a like, and let's get started. Poker is often called a game of skill, logic, and numbers. You calculate odds, make rational decisions, and try to outplay your opponents mathematically. But let's be real. Poker isn't played by computers. It's played by humans, and humans are emotional creatures. Every time you sit at a table, you bring more than just chips. You bring your emotional state. Whether you're feeling confident, stressed, tilted, or scared, those emotions affect your decisions, often without you even realizing it. And here's the kicker. So does everyone else. Think about it. You're on the river with a marginal hand. If you're feeling confident, you might fire a bluff. But if you just lost a big pot, that same bluff might suddenly feel terrifying, and you end up checking instead. Same situation, different emotion, different decision. This happens all the time. If you've ever folded a strong hand out of fear, chased a bad draw out of frustration, or played too loose after a winning streak, let me know in the comments. The first step to controlling emotion is recognizing it's there. Now, poker advice usually tells you one thing about emotion: control it. Suppress it. Stay stoic. We've all heard it. Never go on tilt. Stay disciplined. Play like a machine. But let me tell you why that's only half the truth. Trying to suppress emotion doesn't make it go away. It just makes you blind to its influence. If you ignore your emotions, they'll still shape your play. But now you won't even notice it happening. Say you're running bad, but you tell yourself, "I'm fine. I'm not tilted." Then, an aggressive player shoves on you. You hesitate. Deep down, your fear of losing another pot makes you fold, even though, mathematically, it was the right call. That's hidden emotion at work. Instead of fighting emotion, learn to recognize and use it. That's what separates great players from the rest. And if you want to train yourself to spot emotional leaks in your game, try using Vinton AI. It's free, and it helps you analyze your decision-making in real time. Links in the description. Now here's where things get really interesting. Once you understand how emotions work, you can turn them into a strategic weapon, not just for yourself, but against your opponents. Most players are unaware of their own emotions, which means they give off unconscious signals, tells. A hesitant raise? Probably fear. A super fast call? Might be excitement, meaning a strong hand. Over-the-top confidence? Could be masking insecurity. Let's say you're heads up in a pot and your opponent has been steaming after losing a big hand. You know they're on tilt. What do? Bait them into a mistake. Make a small, irritating bet that triggers frustration. Watch as they snap shove all in. Exactly what you wanted. When you start looking at poker through this lens, the game changes completely. You stop just playing your cards, and you start playing the people. If you want more tips on this kind of strategy, follow me on Twitter, Vinton Poker. I post quick, actionable poker insights there every day. Links in the description. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about the 4 biggest emotional pitfalls in poker and how to counter them. 1. Fear over folding. If you find yourself folding too much in big pots, ask yourself, am I playing scared? Instead of avoiding tough spots, focus on logical decision-making, not fear-based avoidance. 2. Frustration, tilt, and over-aggression. Bad beats suck, but chasing losses never works. Instead, when you feel tilt creeping in, take a short break. Breathe. Reset. 3. Overconfidence, up tilt and loose play. Winning feels amazing, but don't get reckless. Stick to solid strategy, no matter how hot you're running. 4. Desire, chasing the feeling of winning. The urge to win big is powerful, but don't force it. Play each session with process over results in mind. Alright, so here's what we covered today. Emotion affects every decision you make in poker, whether you realize it or not. Suppressing emotion doesn't work. Instead, learn to recognize and control it. Emotions can be a weapon, both for reading opponents and manipulating them. And the four biggest emotional pitfalls, fear, frustration, overconfidence, and desire, can all be managed with awareness and discipline. If you want to go even deeper on this, check out the full article on my Substack. I break this down in way more detail. Subscribe there, follow me on Twitter, and grab Vinton AI to train your mental game. All the links are in the description. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. What's your biggest emotional struggle at the table? Let's talk about it. See you in the next one.